Love smarter, not harder Q&A. Today's question. Hey Karen, I love your channel and podcasts. Thank you very much. And I'd really appreciate your advice. I was recently dating a guy I met online for 2 months. We had 10 dates and things were going really well. He seemed really keen, was so lovely to me, and said he couldn't wait to see me next time after each time we saw each other. And he also would say that he thinks we are going to be inseparable. After our last date, though, he seemed a bit off with me. So I asked him what was wrong. And he said I had said a few things which made him feel uncomfortable, like asking what his plans were the following weekend, which made him feel like I was keeping tabs on him. So real quickly, personally, I don't think asking someone what they're doing in this weekend after you've been dating for 2 months, 10 dates, is keeping tabs on anyone. That's just a normal conversation you'd have with anyone, like with a friend or a coworker. So this was on him. It triggered him for some reason, and we don't know if he had a very controlling girlfriend in the past or something, but really I think that was very reasonable and normal for you to ask him what was going on next weekend, and that just, again, it triggered him for some reason, and that was about him. And I also told him that my ex had messaged me, which he didn't like, but I was just being honest. Now that I do think could be a little confusing, just because when you've only been dating 2 months, he's not really sure where he stands and you're not really sure where you stand, and you guys were obviously connecting and he was saying all these really nice things, that he was really into you. But so that when he heard that your ex had texted you, I wonder if that then made him feel a little threatened, or he wasn't sure like what that's about, or he might start thinking, wait, does she still have feelings for him? Or does he have feelings for her? Is this a guy I need to be worried about? So that could have been confusing for him. And again, I know you were just trying to be honest, but I could see where that might kind of maybe go, I don't know what to make of that necessarily. He also said I was putting pressure on him, but I was just trying to find out where we stood, as I really liked him. And so there, I don't really know, did you guys have other conversations about like, where is this relationship going or whatever? And so I don't have enough information there, but again, because he got triggered about the whole, what are you doing next weekend? It could be that he's just got this kind of thing that, again, it's probably something from his past where he felt that he was being under someone's thumb in the past. So, and also you don't mention whether or not you're sleeping with him, but sometimes when women start sleeping with a guy and the relationship hasn't been clearly defined, then the woman really wants to know where is this heading, because they want to make sure it's not just a sexual thing and their oxytocin is coursing and they're becoming bonded to this person, and they really want to know that it's not, like I said, just sexual. So that could have been happening, but again, I don't have the details there, but that also is something that then, yeah, you would definitely be wanting to know where we headed. And maybe that to him felt like too pushy or that sort of thing. So he asked for space, and it's been nearly 3 weeks and I haven't heard anything. Do I message him or just assume he isn't interested? Things were going so well, so I'm very confused, and I keep trying to think of things I did wrong, and I can't seem to forget about him. I really thought we would be in a relationship now, but he's cut off all contact, and I would really love your thoughts on this. It's driving me mad, which I totally understand. We get excited. He was communicating all this really wonderful stuff about how he thought you guys were going to be inseparable, and so that's hard to let go of. 2 months of that kind of connection and being excited about a guy, and then again, to my mind, you just asked some legitimate questions, and now he felt that that was too much. So the short answer is 3 weeks of not communicating is really communicating quite a bit, isn't it? So the short answer is I would definitely not recommend texting him, because I think his actions are speaking clearly, and I don't know what you would hope to gain from texting him at this point. The closure thing might be something that comes to mind, that you would love to kind of have answers, because I know you're racking your brain going, what did I do? What could I have done differently? I have a podcast episode all about closure, so I would encourage you to listen to that right now, because I think it would kind of help you kind of manage this next season. but it's disappointing, and it's understandable that it's disappointing. And also, I would also encourage you not to be beating yourself up. What could I have done differently? Because really, dating is just about finding a fit. And if he was in a place where you asking about his weekend plans and you asking for kind of clarification on what the relationship was, that was too much for him, then it's just too much for him. And that's just him. And he needs to find someone who manages themselves differently in relationships than you do. It's not about you, anything wrong with you. It's just that what he's looking for, the dynamics that he's looking for in a relationship are different than the dynamics that you're looking for. And it's not about, we get this confused a lot, is that dating isn't about figuring out what the other person wants and then adjusting ourselves to become that. It's about figuring out what the other person wants and then being real honest with ourselves about whether or not we're the person to be in relationship with that person based on what they want and what we want. Because happy marriages are so much about two people who want the same things from life. So I don't change you and you don't change me. We just find someone with whom we're very compatible and we can walk hand in hand. And I know that's disappointing that it doesn't look like this is moving forward. And I hate to be the one to be like, yeah, I don't think it is, but I think this 3 weeks of no contact really says everything. So again, I'm so sorry, but I hope that this was helpful.